Hello everyone, this is Mavic. Did you know that Christmas is a popular time of year for houseplants? Yes, houseplants are a great way to brighten up the house and making it even more colorful and festive during the holidays. But like most of you, I've also acquired quite a few plants this year, so for today's episode, I'll give you a tour of my houseplants, how I blended them with our holiday decor, and some care tips to help them survive the cold winter. So let's get started! So this room has two south-facing windows and a French door leading to our covered patio. So this room is getting enough bright light, and that is why we moved most of our plants here. Alright, so in this corner we have Fatsia japonica or false Aurelia. Take a look at this. This is really looking good. It has a lot of new growth and new leaves now. And above it is my spider plant, and I've created a separate YouTube video for this, so I'll put the link in the description box below in case you want to watch it. And then just beside my false Aurelia is my Monstera deliciosa. This is one of the 3 Monstera deliciosas that we have around the house. This came from propagation. We have a mother plant and I'll show it to you in a bit. So this leaf is a new growth. And then to the left is my alocasia. This is the first alocasia that I have bought. This is a regal alocasia, and it has grown really big since I got it. And this one is a new leaf that unfurled just a week or 2 ago. And then just above it is a pot with purple queen and marble queen. And ooh, I need to water this plant. And this one is a philodendron hope. I got this as a big plant. And then just below it is this teardrop peperomia. This is one of the few peperomias that we have around the house. And you would notice that I have a humidifier here. We actually have a couple of humidifiers inside the house. We place them beside our plants to help the plants keep or retain their moisture. And then we have another spider plant here, and just below this spider plant is my ZZ plant, and I've shared this with you in my previous YouTube video. And just beside my ZZ plant is this pendant plant, and I got this plant from the Philippines. I recently traveled to the Philippines, as you guys may know, but yeah, I was able to sneak in this one pendant plant. And then this one is a bougainvillea plant with variegated leaves. I am not sure what color of flowers this would have, but hopefully this is something really stunning. And then I have a shamrock that we brought inside to protect from the cold weather. Oh, and let's not forget my tiny rubber tree. And here is just another Monstera deliciosa. But this specific plant is actually sad compared to my other Monsteras. And on this side table, I have a couple of smaller plants. I have a pilea here, another pilea here, and of course this artificial Christmas tree, and a jade plant. So those are the plants directly in front of our south-facing window. Today is December 10th, and it's really getting cold, so we'll move those plants away from the window very soon. And just a few meters away from the window are the plants in our center table, and this one is a Cebu blue pothos. We got this from a Facebook marketplace seller, and it has really great roots, so I've propagated this a few times now. And on the other end of the table is this really sad Hoya Hindu rope. I think we've overwatered this one, but I think it will still survive. And I really think that my houseplants complement my Christmas ornaments. Alright, and here is a really healthy and lush Hoya Hindu rope. This really cute peperomia frost. And my nerve plant. This is the only nerve plant that I have. And these plants actually do well in low light conditions, so these are about maybe 4 meters away from the window. And this is a pot of pearls and jade pothos that I recently bought from Pike. And then I have another jade plant and another spider plant. And in this corner, I have a golden pothos in this white hanging pot. And this has grown so well even in low light condition. I need to cut it back pretty soon. And that is a regular sized pothos, but just below it is this trailing giant pothos. And then the last one to show in this area is my silver satin pothos, my Scindapsus pictus. I'll do a separate video of my Scindapsus pictus pothos, but for now, I just wanted to show this to you. Alright, so let's now move on to our receiving area. Oh, before that, let's just take a quick look at my Alocasia poly. I got this plant about a couple of months ago, and it has a lot more petioles now. And beside it is another humidifier to help with moisture. Alright, so here is another Monstera deliciosa, and this plant is not as matured as my other Monsteras, but we're starting to see some split leaves now. And this one is an aglaonema or Chinese evergreen. I know in the Philippines they call this aglao. But beside it is another humidifier, and it changes colors. And I think this aglaonema variety is called Maria. And this one is my prayer plant. And when I first got this prayer plant, it only has 5 leaves. Now it has maybe 15 or so, which is really good. And beside this prayer plant is another golden pothos plant. And I've made this pole myself. And then by our front door, we have this corn plant and umbrella plant. On the other side, we have a snake plant. So that's it for this section. Oh, and this is also where we place our Christmas tree. And because it is almost winter time, we moved most or all of our fruit-bearing trees inside the house. And this is one of them. This is my calamansi tree, or we call this calamondin here in the US. We have some fruits. Let's try to find some of them. And here they are. And yes, there is a ton of dead leaves, and that's okay. This happens every fall and winter season. But they gain their leaves back during spring and summer. So this is another plant that we are protecting from the cold frost. This is an avocado plant that I started from seed, and I think I've had this for about 2.5 years now. And just below my calamansi tree is my Stromanth Trio Star plant, and this is doing okay. I just have to remove some of the dead leaves underneath it. And I have another rubber plant, and this one is a bigger version, and I got this as a rescue plant. I just hope that it survives the winter. And just beside it is this Dracaena plant. I almost forgot the name. It is a Dracaena plant, and then beside it is a Monstera adansonii plant. You know, I bought this plant from Publix for just $16, and there was just probably maybe 5 leaves or so, but it has grown exponentially, and I have divided the plant into 3 pots now. So I have 3 Monstera adansonii plants from just one plant that I got from Publix. And this plant is one of my favorite peperomias. This is a raindrop peperomia. It has heart-shaped leaves and really shiny leaves. I don't put anything on it. It needs some water though, because the leaves are starting to curl, if you notice that. But yeah, this is one of my favorite peperomia plants. Alright, and this one is a rattlesnake calathea. This is probably the easiest calathea to take care of. I've had other calatheas too. I think I have 2 more calatheas, but they're just so fuzzy. Alright, so this is a fire tree plant that I started from seeds, and I got the seeds from the Philippines. Beside it is a bean plant. I've heard that the bean plant is gonna be one of the top plants for 2021, so better stock up, guys. And then beside it is another philodendron. This is my horseshoe philodendron. And just beside it is another pilea plant. And then underneath it is a cactus, and this one is called bunny ear cactus. They said this is a must-have for 2021. And beside it is a philodendron birkin cutting that was given to me. It is growing okay. And then I have a pink syngonium. Let me just get it. So this is a pink syngonium with a lot of leaves that are about to unfurl. For me, this is easy to take care of. I think syngoniums are also called arrowhead vines, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, and this is another Calathea variety that I have. And here is another prayer plant. This is a lemon lime variety. And beside it is my gloriosum that I just recently bought. It's not as glorious as I want it to be, let's be honest. But it's about to have new leaves, so I am really hopeful. And here is just another Monstera deliciosa that was started from seeds. And just beside my Monstera seedling is my Philodendron brantianum, or Philodendron brandy. Let me just get it so you guys can take a closer look. Alright, so this is one of the newer addition to my collection. I really love the variegation on the leaf and the texture of the leaves as well. And I got this plant about a month ago, and we are starting to see some new shoots here. There is a new growth point. There. Alright, so let's move on to my other plant stand with some alocasias. These are some of my alocasia collection. And at the back, this leaf is not an alocasia, but this is a Monstera deliciosa variegated version. This is going to be a Thai constellation. I ordered this leaf from Etsy, and I'm propagating it right now, so I'm really looking forward to more leaves pretty soon. And speaking of Monstera deliciosa, this is the mother plant that I was talking about earlier. I got most of my Monsteras from this plant, and it is just gorgeous. The leaf or the split leaves and the holes, they are just stunning. And of course, I have another humidifier here to help all the plants in this area. And this one is my Peperomia obtusifolia. The leaves are just gorgeous. And to the other side of Santa is my Philodendron birkin with really nice variegation. Look at those leaves. They are just pretty and stunning, and one of the leaves is about to unfurl again, and it looks like it's gonna be as gorgeous as these two leaves. And in this corner we have a pencil cactus or fire stick. And last but not the least, I have my fiddle leaf fig positioned in this area. And if you remember my previous houseplant tour, this fig was just really tiny, and now it has grown so big. And this is the last area of our tour today. These plants are located by our breakfast area. And I'll just mention some of the worth mentioning plants here. This is a Philodendron micon, and there's a couple more succulents and cactus in this area. But here, this is another one. This is a Scindapsus exotica. The leaves of these exoticas are relatively bigger compared to a regular silver satin pothos. And the variegation is also stunning. And this one is my Philodendron silver sword that I recently purchased. This probably has 7 plants in it, and I would probably start selling them. And last but not the least, this is my Monstera siltepecana. This is such a gorgeous plant. Okay, so that's it for today's tour. I hope you learned a thing or two. So, just a few things to keep in mind. Houseplants are a great addition to your holiday decoration. You have to protect your houseplants from the cold frost by moving them to sections of your house that will give them the right amount of light or the right environment that they need. Avoid putting your plants on a windowsill that will become very cold at night, and if possible, move them away from heater vents. You've seen that I have a few humidifiers inside my house, so use a humidifier for your plants. By raising the humidity in the air, you are helping your plants retain more moisture, which is, of course, beneficial for their growth. Again, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next vlog. Bye, guys!